Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Therapy. I'm Minnie, and this is Fred. And
Good
Fred
evening.
has with him, drum roll.
Willie, who's trying to fall asleep, and he'll probably be out before we're 10 minutes in.
I have to say, Willie is the cutest co host I've ever had.
I don't know if he's cute as Greg. I mean, Greg's in the chat, so we got to say nice things about him. Yeah.
I think he's pretty darn adorable, especially when you put him in a jacket.
Yeah, we got jackets. I went to Husker Hounds, got a new shirt today, and then they had all kinds of Husker stuff for dogs. And
Oh no.
I almost bought 2 hoodies and 2 more Husker coats for him, but I pulled myself back from the abyss and didn't get it. So, yeah.
It's addicting. Once you start dressing your animals, I promise you, it is such an addiction.
They had hoodies. I mean, and the hoodies look cool. One was a black shirts hoodie, and the other one was gray. And
Okay.
yeah, and then they had
I
like
think
some
he
North
needs a
Face
black
looking
shirts
Husky
one.
gear. Yeah, it was awesome.
That is so fun. Well, yeah, Greg's here. Roger's in the house. Let's see here. We have
Jerry's
Nebraska
here. Ray's
Rascal.
gone. All
Yeah,
of them.
Jerry. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. Wade Farr. Nice to see everyone. Highlander's here too. I saw it. And
Oh wow,
living in
I didn't know.
Omaha, David Matney is here. Didn't I see Highlander? Yeah, there he is. Of course. He's a dog lover too. Um, Yeah, my lap dog is I was just telling Fred, he's a 50-pounder. So once he sits
Yeah,
on you, there's no hope in getting up.
so he's like 200 pounds less than Dylan.
Oh my gosh. Was that necessary? Fred?
Asking for a friend.
Ah. Well, Dylan's lost weight.
Hmm.
Hopefully he keeps it off. I'm sure he
Now
will.
he's on a scooter, I guess. Rule was saying so.
Mhm.
That's something.
Yeah, one of those knee scooters. Those are horrible. They are absolutely horrible. Well, I don't know if you guys have all been paying attention to our next opponent, but okay, I know we all had circled this game way back in like January. We were talking about it. Oh, we were like Penn State. Oh no. And then they just seemed to fall apart before everyone's eyes. However, even though they lost their head coach and even though they lost their starting quarterback, they still have quite the roster of players that are really good. And I think that, for a while people were just kind of laughing at Penn State because it was like, whoa, the wheels fell off of that bus. But they just broke their 6-game losing streak this past weekend to Michigan State, and they held them to 10 points. They beat them 28-10.
Yeah, I don't know that equates to that they would do that to us because we had a slightly closer game against Michigan State. I watched the highlights and they didn't look like world beaters. I mean, they blocked a punt that helped. They
Mhm.
sacked the shit out of the Michigan State quarterback, but Michigan State was running plays like we were running for Dylan, where it's like 7-step drops and taking forever to develop. And they blitzed a lot. Like they had I think it was a linebacker number 30 or something. They were sending him. They were sending a guy off the corner. So if they have to use that to get to the quarterback, maybe they're not so great. And then you would think and hope that we would game plan, you know, around that. And they did lose to Indiana on a miracle play, but I think that kind of took the wind out of. I mean, they beat Michigan State, but Michigan State's dead in the water. If they beat us and then they win their next game, they're bowl eligible. But that's about all they got to play for. So if we could silence that crowd early, I think we have a good chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about this game. This is probably the first time you guys are ever going to hear me say, I'm not so sure about this game. I'm just being honest. And I'll tell you why. Because they have their interim coach. Well, and also what Dana Williams just said. He said, "Lost to Indiana on a miracle play." And Indiana, as we know, is, like, full of major players, and they coached their team well. 27 to 24 was the, end result of that game. They've
Mhm.
come close in every single game they've lost. Like, I don't think there's really been any kind of astronomical beatdowns.
Mm-mm.
Um, but they have this interim coach, you see, Terry Smith, and at first I was like, "Oh, he seems like a nice guy." No, no, no. It's way more than that. Matt Rule hired him from a high school coaching position in Pennsylvania to come and coach for him his very first year at Temple. So him and Matt Rule go way back, and I can tell why. This guy is a player's coach. He is a developer. He will draw out the very best from his players. They have 30 seniors playing on or walking on Saturday. And, a lot of these seniors have seen Penn State foot have made Penn State football great.
Mm.
He
Gosh, you're not
cried.
very optimistic, Minnie.
I
Usually
know,
you're the one that's
listen, it's
I'm
because I watched the man cry. He cried today.
so that means that they're gonna beat us because their coach cried? I would kinda take that as the opposite.
No, 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 no,
They're gonna
no.
kick their ass because he's a pussy, but
No! It's like an emotional draw. You know, you wanna get people motivated, you pull on their heartstrings. Oh, he pulled on mine so bad. He said, "It's humbling to sit in this seat." And he said it's the very first time on Saturday that he was ever carried off the field out of all of his years playing football or coaching football.
hmm,
He can't even tell you how it feels. I mean, this is and he honors that role being, the interim head coach at Penn State. So they're going to do everything they can to beat us. That's
the
one.
problem the toughest part is that it's senior night and it's a night game. That's the biggest difficulty. If it was not their last game at home and all that, I'd feel better. It's gonna be tough. Um, I this is where, our coach has to earn his money and our players have to earn their money too, It's I probably am blurry, Greg. It's my camera's not like Minnie's. I don't have fancy equipment here. It's just a crappy
Oh.
Lenovo, but I'm trying.
And Braska Rascal said, "Greg, we need you on the panel to keep this bus on the road." Probably. He might be the voice of reason. Although you're doing a good job.
I try to be the voice of reason on this show, and you made Greg do a show last night, and it was like I did enjoy watching the life drain from his eyes for about 36 minutes. It was enjoyable. I did like that. Greg's a good soldier, and
Yes.
we all have our cross to bear. But yeah,
Yeah. He
yeah,
he
I don't know.
came when he was summoned.
I think I mean, I don't know. I, if you said at the beginning we looked at this game like it'd be a loss because they were so good at the beginning of the year. I would not be surprised if we lost, but I'm not wowed by what I've seen. I mean, they got some great players. They got a good running back. The backup quarterback looks okay. They got a good linebacker. You got some big linemen. They got LeVar Arrington's son, which I didn't know that until just now. And I don't know if he plays or not, but that's kind of cool because he was a big deal back in the day at Penn State. Wears the same number too, as number as well. But the biggest thing, and this is what we have to guard against. We can't start slow. We can't have a turnover. We can't have like a couple 3 sacks in a row and let them just because the momentum starts, we're in trouble. That's how it is. We have to silence the crowd, crush their will early, and then just hang on. It ain't gonna be easy.
It's gonna be one of the toughest games that we have to play all year. I'm not gonna lie. They have defensive coordinator Jim Knowles that was Ohio State's defensive coordinator last year and
Hmm.
many years before that. Um, he's fantastic. they implemented this defensive scheme that
Oh,
they
I hear a
used
sheet
to
of paper,
play.
everybody. Here we go.
Yes. Well, called the Prowler Package.
That sounds like what uh, anyways, I'll just leave it.
What were you gonna say?
That could be taken as past Penn State history. The Prowler package could be a thing that happened in Northwestern. It could be a lot of things.
Oh my god,
You shouldn't have said it, Minnie. You know who you're dealing with.
not right. Well,
Anyways,
okay.
what's the crux of the Prowler package?
So the Prowler Package is blitzing 5, putting pressure on passing. They had 18 sacks and 16 total for loss in the last 2 games with this package. How do you feel about that?
Well, anything that goes against our offensive line is kryptonite because it's beat up and not good anyway. We struggle with blitzes, but if we know that that's what they're doing consistently,
Mhm.
then we can just work around it. And if we play the type of offense that we played against UCLA, where we do some things to negate blitzes, we'll be in good shape.
Hmm.
But if we play the same offense that we played for most of the season, where it's a 5 to 7 step drop, and TJ's back there going to get crushed when the ends, because that was so many of the sacks that they got on the Michigan State dude that I saw. Everything was from the outside, and they had a blitzer too. So the blitzer would cause confusion, but most everything came from the outside, not as much pressure up the middle. So, or they would send a delayed blitz, but it was blitzing every time. So it's Roggy. Go Big Red, Roggy. But
Yay.
yeah, it's like it's blitzing. So if that's their bread and butter, they're going to always send 5. Then we should be able to take advantage of that with a much more mobile quarterback that we have now. So,
Yeah. And they only have 1 game of film to go off of,
mhm.
as well as our offensive line has improved hugely. I know you love
Huge,
it when
guys.
I use
It's huge.
I
It is
know you love it
huge.
when I use that word. But they have 2 running backs on their team that are elite. I know we do too, but let me tell you about their 2 running backs. They have this guy named Katron Allen, who has rushed for 3,794 rushing yards in his career. So this is his last senior game at home. It's the 3rd highest in program history, and they are working on giving between him and Nick Singleton 50 touches a game.
Singleton's the bigger back of the 2, and, the Catron guy is kind of the bowling ball of butcher knives that, Charlie McBride used to talk about, kinda a little bit shorter but heavier guy. Um, yeah, I mean, they've had great production, and that's I watched Carricker interview Wistrom talking about, like, what the D-line needs to do better, and
Hmm.
he said, in general, for the pass rush, we need to stay in the lanes and don't let the quarterback run, because they did have some quarterback scrambles against Michigan State. And also, just in general, just, you know, gap integrity. I always hear Haas say it too, but it's like hold their ground. Yeah, do they have a long snapper?
This I don't know,
I bet
but
they
I'll
do. They
find
have
out.
to, I think. But we got
I'll
to find out
find
his
out.
knee circumference too, Minnie, and if he has a motorized scooter in case he gets injured.
Oh my gosh. I don't think they would give Dylan a motorized scooter. I'm just saying.
I think it's a hover round like they give to the people that go to Walmart that are too big to walk around.
No,
I think
no,
that's what
it
he's got.
isn't. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, all right. So they're going to try and eliminate explosive plays, which is fine. This is what their game plan was against Michigan State. That's fine for us because we don't have very many.
Mm. No, and that's the thing that Wistrom said too, as far as our run defense. He said sometimes the best we can do is if they pop the big run, get the guy, at least get him out of bounds, stop the big play so we can live to fight for another round of plays. And it could be stuff like that. But if we could somehow stop the run a little bit, I mean, our pass defense is elite, as Rule has said, and everybody else says, and maybe we get lucky there. But it's going to be tough. And they did run 50 times in the one game, and a couple, and like I think they had a 10-minute drive in the fourth or something against Michigan State. But again, Michigan State ain't the 78 Steelers. There's a shout out to Greg, even though he probably doesn't know the 78 Steelers, but it's they beat up on a team like when we beat up on UCLA, kind of like it's wasn't the best of the best out there that they beat last week.
Mm-hmm. This is true. In fact, I think their starting quarterback was out. Aiden Childs, wasn't he out?
Yeah, it was a different guy, and that guy didn't look mobile at all. Like again, it was over and over. Just the pocket collapsed on him from the ends. It was brutal. So I think if we take advantage of that with some quick screens, draws, and everything up in interior line, we're good run blocking. So those inside traps and things like that for Emmett, I think that and zone read. I don't know. God, I can't believe I'm the one that's actually trying to prop Minnie up, because usually I'm shitting on everything. And Minnie's like, their coach cried and they got 30 seniors and it's going to be kind of cold out and it's dark in Pennsylvania and it'll be tough. So it's like, yeah, wow, how the turntables have turned.
I've been scared of Happy Valley my entire life, my entire Husker life. I'm not going to lie. That's part of the reason.
Place from what I've heard in general. It's like a cult up there. It's a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm scared for our guys. I'm not kidding. I'm scared because I don't know if anyone else caught today's press conference with Matt Rule. And you guys know I love Matt Rule. I absolutely adore him as our head coach. But gosh darn it, talk about the game. Don't talk about your history at Penn State. Now it makes me feel like you almost want them to win too.
Gosh, this is like it's like we're doing a 5-heart theater impromptu, and you're playing me, and I'm playing you.
No, you guys aren't expecting it from me.
Not putting the wig on, but I mean, I get that. And his press conference too, but that's what he does. I mean, we're playing Houston Christian early in the season. Oh, they're really good at this or that. He always props up the other team. So this isn't like he's writing a love letter to them. Like he's doing what he does, and it's on steroids because that's where he used to play. And he met his wife and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I love what Pitt said too. I'm going to get to that comment. But Tedrick says, Minnie, Nebraska is 4-1 against Penn State since joining the Big Ten. Nebraska at Penn State. Oh, let's see here. Their history. I know I had it highlighted here. This is what I'm working with.
And I can't believe it because it feels like, I don't know. It just, maybe I'm thinking of other games in the past where they kicked our ass, but yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I have no idea where I even put that stat. This is not good.
Gary Pierce, slow down, guys. We have the tie. That's funny. That makes me laugh out loud. He said, slow down, guys. We have the tie. That's what Rule would say, because Rule does kind of like what John says, where he gets to this magical 28 points if we actually accidentally get there. And then we just go to sleep, and yeah,
we do. Here it is. Here's the history. Nebraska Penn State. 19th all-time meeting is this Saturday, and Nebraska does lead 10-8 all time. I mean, we're still up. That is a good thing.
Yeah,
and it's 4-1 is a good thing since the Big Ten joining the Big Ten.
Yeah, and there's a lot of history because we played them off and on back when Osborne was coach, and then I think a couple times, or maybe twice when Frank was here, and I think Frank was 1-1 against him. But we were in the Big 12 back then. But yeah, and then they screwed us in that. Gosh, what was it? The 82 game out there where they converted the third down and the guy was way out of bounds, and they scored a touchdown. The guy was way out of bounds, but then as Husker Chuck and a few other people, I think Jerry mentioned it, that kickoff classic, we kicked their ass the next year, 44-6. We got them back. So yeah, it was yeah, it's kind of a long history for considering they're a team out on the East Coast, but
That is crazy.
and all the past is great, but we just got to win this Saturday. Like
Yeah,
I can't stand Penn State. I used to like them back when I was a kid, and then
that
they had all
happened.
their stuff happen. But yeah, we just got to win. We just got to win these Big Ten games, and get some stats for Emmett. Work on his Heisman.
Yeah, I like that. Right here, let's see. Tiger Shark Diver says, will EJ get 1,500 yards in the season? That
Where's
would
he at
be,
now? Is it like 1,100 something?
you would ask. Hold on. I think I have it
Only
actually. High.
somebody could Greggle it.
Yeah, if only we had somebody named Greg with
And is it
us.
official that they're doing? Not asking you, Minnie, but the chat. Is it official they're doing a whiteout or not? Because I
No, I
thought they
don't
only
think
did
so.
one a year because it was a special thing. But then I've been hearing off and on that they're going to do a whiteout again. But I've not seen anything confirmed.
No, I haven't read anything about that. And if you read it on Facebook, it's probably not true. Let me just put that out there.
Oh, okay. Really?
If that's where you
Facebook
get
isn't
your
true?
news.
You're going to tell me there's no Santa Claus next? I'm just going to leave this show. I mean, I just
Yeah.
can't.
Sorry.
Okay, no whiteout. Okay, thanks, guys.
Here's Pitt's comment. He says, for the love of all that is holy, can we just put a couple of touchdowns, lead up early in the game, get them down, and roll?
Well, Pitt, we do that sometimes. Then we get to the third quarter and fall asleep, and then in the fourth quarter we let the team catch up if we're winning, and then we win by one score. Seems we're averse to just putting the heel on the throat, as we talk about every week here. But
That's true.
yeah, I don't know. It's going to be it's going to be a low scoring game. I think. I don't think it's going to be some massive shootout. I don't know the over under or any of that. But
60, I have it here. It's
oh,
62 and a half.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Vegas is way off in this game. I do think that.
That seems, yeah. I mean, it's been like that for a handful of the games. So yeah, that's weird. Huh.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Okay, Husker Chuck Emmett has 1,131 rushing, 300 receiving. So, I mean, if we count the bowl game, he could probably get his 1,500.
Okay. We'll take it. Sold. Yeah, I'm just rooting for the team to do well at this point, whatever that takes. I want Emmett to do well because it's important that, we run the ball as much as possible.
That's how being a fan works, Minnie.
Yeah.
There you go, Greg, if you're watching.
What did I say?
You said you're just rooting for the team to win at this point. And I did see, and I almost bought it. They had a really
Is that just
cool
way
Emmett
too
Johnson.
obvious? Is that what you're
What?
saying? Is that just way too obvious? Is that what you're saying?
Just a little. No, I did see a sweet Emmett Johnson shirt today at Husker Hounds too, and I almost bought it, but then I settled on the one I got now. 3 for 3. I'm on fire, Roger Moore. It's like NBA Jam. No, but I don't know. I try not to get. You mentioned the line, or somebody Fitty early on and said the line was what 9.5.
Yes, it is.
I mean that's not horrible considering it's Penn State at night and they got great athletes. Like I don't think that's
Okay.
disrespectful or wild. It's if it would have been like if they'd say something like 24.5, I'd be like Jesus Christ. It's like that's a little bit wild, but yeah, that's not out of bounds.
It could. I mean, I've seen some reports that it's now up to 10. I don't know if that's true.
As the week goes, it could also drop too. Sometimes that happens. It's so wild.
Yeah. We're not going to hear very much. We do know, okay, this is one positive. One positive for Nebraska, Deshaun McCullough is healthy.
Yes, that will be huge. It'll be huge. No, but that'll help. I mean, he flies in there. He doesn't always make the tackle, but at least he flies in and gets in the way, and then somebody else could make the tackle. Um, David Matney, no, there is not yet, but we're working on it. I know we're going to get like me in a whiskey glass or something for merch at Husker Hound. I'll
Very
talk with them tomorrow when I have some time.
Make sure Willie's in that picture.
Yes,
You
we'll get Willie and Tater. Get them both home and away.
do. That's a great question. Husker Chuck wants to know, I wonder how resilient Penn State will be if we happen to jump on them in the first half.
That's
Are
the
they
key. Yeah.
are they able to come back?
And that's the key. We got to get on them early, because if we have some failures, we fumble the ball, we throw a pick, we go 3 and out a bunch, whatever, that crowd's just going to get fired up and that team will roll. So it's like we got to staunch that early and then just kind of control the game. Maybe pop a big play and score and then get a 3 and out and then have a drive. We need something like that instead of what we sometimes do, where we just, or conversely, if we do the score and then we just kind of let them hang around. Like, we have to take away any hope right away.
Yeah. I have to excuse myself for 1 second. I
Okay.
hear my dog going crazy. I'll be
All
right
right.
back. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Everybody's stuck with me. I'll just start reading chats. And Husker Chuck, you're right. Like, Deshaun's not going to be huge against the run, but I just think of him more as a disruptive force. Like, he's in there doing something. I'm hoping we can just occupy blocks, get into the backfield, slow those backs down, something. Rock fight, Beetle B said. Honestly, though, I think a rock fight is almost our best hope for the rest of the season, the way things are. And we're not going to wow people with explosiveness and all this crazy shit. I think we just have to chunk away at teams and just fight them. Just hang on. Oh, there she is.
Hello. Okay, what'd I miss?
Nothing. I read 2 chats. I was totally clean and didn't insult anybody. And yeah, we're doing
What's
good.
huge? What's huge?
Oh, I was just talking about Deshaun McCullough, because Husker Chuck said that he wouldn't be a factor in the run game. And I said, not as much, but at least if he's flying around, getting in the way, possibly he can blow things up. Somebody else can make the tackle on the running plays. Yeah, he's more of a pass rusher, but having him back, it's better than not having him. It's
Yeah.
simple as that.
I mean, I have to say, and I can't believe I'm even admitting this. There's no reason for me to. You guys realize. But
No shit,
with
guys. This seems
with
serious.
with what Penn State is planning defensively, it is great that we have a mobile quarterback for this game. That's all I'm going to say.
And you're correct, because just the simple threat of a mobile quarterback or sprinkling in zone read or split backs where there's multiple options out of the split back
Yes,
formation.
that'd be beautiful.
DBs come down, linebackers come down, they look in the backfield, we throw over the top, we throw over the middle. And I said this on, I don't know, I think I texted somebody, I don't know. And this will hurt your boy Dylan a little bit, but I feel like Dylan has been playing a role, whereas TJ just played quarterback for 1 game. And I know that's 1 game, but he just went out and played. And I think sometimes with Dylan, it's like he's so concerned about being the ambassador of the program and being perfect on every play. It hinders him. And I'm not the caliber of athlete that we're talking about. But like, I think about when I wrestled, and if I went out there and when I started, my coaches and my teammates be like, we can see the gears turning in your head and you're going so slow because you're trying to do everything right. And I just get my ass kicked. But when I just went and relied on my coaching and training and just reacted, I was so much better. and I would win when I would do that because I was not focused on 1, 2, 3, do the move. It was just like you just do it. And to me, that's how TJ played. TJ wasn't overanalyzing. He's like 1, 2, 3, run or throw. Boom, that was it. It wasn't like he's standing there waiting for the perfect read and the perfect thing. It was just football again.
That's so interesting. I feel like this is actually, and Pitt calls it paralysis by analysis. That's a good name for it. I've heard that before.
For Pitt.
Yeah. I've seen it time and time again with new quarterbacks. They do that. So maybe it is a good thing that Dylan is actually going to be coaching probably from the sidelines as well. I don't know if he's making the trip though this weekend.
It sounded like he's not going to because of the travel and with his knee and his leg and everything. But Rule is always it's not a problem, it's an opportunity guy. And he said it's an opportunity for him to see the game literally from the 50,000-foot view. Sunday night phrase. Which one?
I think he means paralysis by analysis.
Greg, you guys say that a lot on Sundays. But
what do they say?
Gut. I think Jake always says guts and balls, and then I always say that was Greg's ska band back when he was in college, and we have a whole thing about it. But no, but Rule said that it would be a good opportunity for Dylan to see the game from the 50,000-foot view. So watching it back here in Nebraska, maybe TV, multiple TVs, whatever the hell he's doing, just see it from that angle. Maybe you could see some things. So Rule is always about the positive. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Paralysis by analysis. They say that a lot on Sundays.
Okay. All right. Well, I've not heard it on a Sunday. So I didn't know you guys owned it. Otherwise, I still would have highlighted it. Who am I kidding? Okay, so TJ hopefully will not have that same problem this game. Right?
He's just got to get off to a hot start. And that, to me, also dovetails in with the play calling. They need to call things that get him comfortable early. Quick zone read where he can run 10, 15 yards, something like that. Simple completion. Bubble screen to somebody that, gets a first down. Things that work quickly. Because if he's sitting there and and he's getting hit and they're swarming him with their, whatever Prowler defense, then he's going to start off on the wrong foot.
It's called Prowler Package.
Prowler Package. See, when you say it like that, it sounds even more dirty, Minnie, but I'll just call it the Prowler.
Yeah. They're putting pressure on the passer, blitzing 5, and this is what they said, that they're dialed in and playing their hearts out. That's the problem right there. Playing their hearts out. Why are they playing their hearts out? Why? Don't you think that there's not just that? I mean, their season fell apart. This is their last shred of hope right here. Mm-hmm. This is it. And they're hanging onto it for dear life. And this is why I'm scared.
Jerry Morrow has paralysis on Saturdays after watching the games, and also said Sandusky was a prowler, so he's 2 for 2.
Oh my gosh.
And a couple people noted it in the chat. They must be in Omaha or around here. A big storm did just roll in, so if I happen to disappear, it's because our power went out. Like, we're on a bad grid where I'm at, so yeah.
Was that thunder?
Thunder and light, yeah, like literally it's madness out there right now. I mean, we're fine, but sometimes our power goes. So if I disappear, that's why. It's not because I quit.
I hope everything's okay.
We'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Jeez.
Oh, Pitt. Read Pitt's comment. Oh, that makes me chuckle. I got to close my window. I'm getting rained on.
What's their offense called? The Shucker? No. The Prowler Package. That's their defense. I don't get it.
It's fine, and don't Google it or Greggle it. Just,
Why?
just don't. Just don't. You can Google it after the show. How about
I'm
that?
gonna have to. Yep. And Dana Williams says Fred has been thunderstruck.
Me and
Like that.
ACDC. Ironically, we would play that my senior year when our wrestling team would run out to wrestle. So aged myself, which everybody already knows. I had the Zubaz, so I'm old.
Yes.
But yeah,
you're old.
I'm the only old person here tonight, guys. So and
How old
Greg.
is Willie? How old is he?
Willie is 8.
That's old.
That's old for a dog, yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
it's middle age. He's got plenty of
True.
yardage to go.
That's thunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's getting in there. And the lightning too. I'm putting my metal away from the window so I don't get lightning
Oh my
struck.
gosh. All right.
It's fine.
All right.
I won't
I don't like
disappear,
storms.
Greg. You won't get enlisted. It'll be fine.
Oh, he knows he will. And guys, while we're thinking of it, hit that like button, please. That would really help. Yeah, I want to know, are the dogs scared of the storm?
Not really, no. No, they're pretty chill with it. Willie's a little more skittish. Tater just kind of nods off. But the very first day we got him actually was the biggest storm we got in Omaha for the whole year. And they were here and they weathered it. So yeah, they're good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. And again, this is a thing that people have said about other games. Like, I think when we got beat by USC, people were mad, but then people were also like, well, did you pencil this in as a loss preseason? Some of us did. So it's like, and even Minnesota, before the season began, I thought that could potentially be a loss. So it's like, this is one of those games. I would not be shocked if we got beat, but I'm not just overwhelmed by what they can do. They're not that impressive, and and we've found this newfound ability to win the rock fight game that we would usually lose. So Jerry is scared. I am scared watching him too, Jerry. Yeah. A lot of those linemen get jobs like down in Lincoln being security at bars and clubs and stuff, but they wouldn't hire these dudes because they get right by them.
Their guys are big. Or Penn State's guys.
Yep.
Living in Omaha, David Matney says he's cautiously optimistic. It is winnable. That right there is probably the most optimistic statement I've ever heard him type.
Man. It's like Bizarro World at this point. And that's a comic book thing, Minnie. I didn't know if you knew. Greg will tell you about it on Thursday, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know. I thought we would try something new. Maybe it'll work in our favor.
Yeah. I'm fine with it. Anything to change up the mojo to get us that win. We got to beat Penn State. We got to win another conference game. We got to finish strong. I don't want to have us limp along and we get our 7th or 8th win in the bowl game. I want us to, have rules, magical 3-year jump thing going on.
Yes, yeah. Can you read that, please?
Gary Pierce is scared of our containment on defense. Can we quit talking about the quarterback and talk about the elephant in the defense? Kind of the problem. We don't have an elephant in the defense. We don't have anybody that big that plugs things up. I think we got one guy that's 300 pounds, maybe 2, like it. But that's what I'm just letting Willie get up here. But that's what Wistrom was talking about with regards to the linemen maintaining their lanes instead of getting out. And then, so it's like contain the quarterback, stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm.
And his thing too, he said, sometimes you have to sacrifice your pass rush, hand fight, eat up a block, let somebody else make the play. So that's the thing they got to work on too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Pitt, you are absolutely right. but we're not thinking of that right now. But obviously, what are we?
They have
18th
plenty.
in
They
the
have
Big
plenty of
Ten?
those in. They have plenty of those in Iowa City. Pitt. Uh, they cheer for their football team.
Okay. But seriously, we are going to get some dudes out of the transfer portal. You know we are.
I think so. I really do. I Rule tried to soft soap it and say that no, we're developing our people a week ago. He's like, no, no, we got people. We're going to do this and that. We're going to be the developmental program, but he doesn't all. Not that he has to tell the truth in every single thing. He's still going to try and
Mhm.
find fix deficiencies,
Oh, yeah.
bolster depth, things like that. So he will.
He's also said he's going to get guys out of the transfer portal.
Yeah, he'll do it. And hopefully he gets his first picks at everything, which we haven't always gotten. So, oh, Gary Pierce, I'd get out there and hit somebody, but then my back would go out and then they'd have to wheel me. And then I have a scooter just like Dylan. And then I have to roll to the show every Monday. And yeah, not good. But
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. We don't want you to do
Mr.
that.
False Start from Alabama. Yeah, Jerry. I said that too. Pritchett was like the third choice. But I think that's what Rule said, and he said it a couple weeks ago now. We have the money. There's no excuses. He's going to get the players. So we got to hold them to it. And they need to make them, play well when they're here.
Mhm. Mhm. I think Pritchett has gotten it together.
He's gotten better. There's not been as many penalties and things. And he got hurt, which that happens. People get hurt. Um, but he's been better because at first it was the crucial penalty. It was like, oh my God, like you could see it coming. But he's better at run blocking, I think. And, you know, so he's improved
Excuse me.
and he's talented, so it's like that's sometimes just the talent has to take over, and maybe God forbid Donovan accidentally developed him a little bit. Could be.
Mhm. Well, I think that is what happened.
I mean, I'll take it. I'm not going to bash Raiola just to bash him as the
Thank you.
O-line coach. I want him to have success, but it just needs to happen, a little more quickly coming into the next year.
Okay. Well, we'll
Wow.
see what happens after this game. Okay?
Yeah, I'm yeah, again, cautiously optimistic. Rule says all the right things. We're relatively healthy going in, as healthy as we can be,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But if we lose, then, Minnie kind of
Okay.
called it. So
It's not my fault. It is not my fault. I
Greg is
promise it's not
feeling
my
uneasy. The role reversal. I'm sorry, Greg. I didn't have this on my bingo card for the day. I thought I'd come in and be my usual. We're fucked and it's over. And then Minnie comes in. It's like, I don't know. Their coach cried and they're fired up and it's their last game at home. And that
Here's how
one
I
running
feel.
back, he's nice. And, you know,
Oh, yeah. I didn't say that about the running back.
no, I
In
know.
fact, I don't think that at all about the running back. But I do think that there is something to giving players, making it personal for players. And when you put kind of a guy that, has been working his whole life for Penn State, he's like, we're from the wrong side of the tracks, um, from this tiny little no good town outside of Pittsburgh, and because of Penn State, my dad got a degree and moved us to a better part of Pittsburgh. And now, 9 of my family members have gotten degrees from there, and 3 of them are currently going there. Like, just his heart and soul is at Penn State. And you're like, this guy has been overlooked his whole life, kind of like a PJ Fleck, kind of like that, the underdog. And you I don't know, there's an emotional thing that happens, especially with football players, that you're like, "I got this."
Uh, yeah. I mean, well, what you're saying, actually, it's funny. It kind of goes in with what Wistrom was saying in the interview with Carricker because they were talking about like, how do you motivate people nowadays? And
But that was funny.
that's good. Gregory
Uh,
Stewart, plus 10 put points to him. Oh, I know, Greg. Yeah, she mentions PJ and quit making Jerry cry. I mean,
I'm sorry.
God, you're
I
making
am
Jerry
sorry.
cry. Greg's think you're talking about PJ. It's, but no, but this is what Wistrom said to Carricker about how do you motivate today's players, or how did you get motivated? And he said back when he played, McBride would always say, find somebody else to play for, not yourself, not your pro status or anything that you got going on. Find somebody else to play for, be it your old high school coach, the guy next to you, your mom, your dad, whatever. And he said that way you will never let down because you're always playing for that person. And he said the problem with today is now with the nil and all the other stuff is people are just kind of more for themselves, playing for the money, playing for whatever. And then you lose some of the camaraderie of how it actually works. So what you're saying about what Penn State is doing with their crying temporary coach is, it's spot on. It's like play for each other, play for the guy next to you, and then you will not, you don't want to let that guy down. And that's admirable. And, but I still hope we crush their dreams. And next year, or whenever we play PJ, I hope we crush his dreams too, because I just, we got to start winning these games. I'm done with the next year or almost kind of thing. And I think we're in good shape for Saturday. So there you go, Minnie. I'm trying to prop you up here at 47 minutes in. I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. That's
Let's
a
play.
good way to end. I think we're gonna be okay. Guys, if you want more optimism, tune in on Thursday. I don't know
Or
what
maybe,
the Five Heart podcast, Five Heart Theater is going to be about. Greg is still working on that, I suppose. But
oh,
let's hope that it has optimism in it.
yes, Greg, I think we're going to be okay. Yes, I probably went to the well one time too many. I'm sorry. We're on material here. It's getting late. You
Yeah.
know how it is sometimes, or sometimes.
Oh, what is Knights Templar says, I have a feeling this game is 1982 all over again, except with the hype that game brought.
No. So Knights Templar thinks we're probably going to get jobbed by a couple of bad calls. Hopefully that's not the case, but with Big Ten refs, you never know. It's kind of a grab bag of mischief that you get out of those scamps. So yeah. Yeah, Chuck, Husker Chuck. Yeah, 82 is between two top 10 teams. This is correct.
Ooh,
Not a 3-win or 4-win team, whatever these guys are, and then us, so Husker Chuck strikes
good
again.
point. Good
And like
point.
Jerry said, that's what the captain on the Titanic said. Or maybe he was just fuck Penn State. I don't know. I didn't watch Titanic.
Yeah. I hate their saying, by the way. Can we
What is
just go over that?
what's their saying?
What is it? We are.
Oh, we are. Oh,
Mm.
yeah. Well, no, they opened themselves up to a lot of ridicule after their unpleasantness during the Sandusky time. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I could do a whole show on how all that, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, reason 1,985 that I root against Penn State
There
for
you go.
everything.
Add that to the list.
Add it to the list. All right, Minnie's ready in the go home mode, guys. So
Yes,
I think we're calling it.
we are. Guys, thanks for being here. I will do better. I'll find some more positive things
Find
to
your
talk
smile,
about.
Minnie. Find your smile. Be like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, when you were talking about find somebody to play for, that right there, big heart. Big, big hearts.
I have nerve
Because
damage
that's
in this hand.
exactly.
I can't do the heart, but
Oh, I'm
you get what
sorry.
I'm doing. So we're getting
Mhm.
there.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Okay. Between now and Thursday. And then we'll report back. But thanks
You
for
guys
being
listen
here.
in chat. Be more positive. It's your homework.
All right. Thanks, guys. And go Big Red.
Go Big Red. See you guys.
Thanks. Thanks.